Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IAS Academy, and I welcome all of you in the series of UPSC Prelims 2024. Now today in this session, I'm going to analyze important historical keywords with respect to your prelims examination. अब ये जो historical keywords हैं, every year UPSC asked 2 to 3 questions from different historical keywords. अब बहुत सारे लोग पूछते हैं कि हिस्टोरिकल कीवर्ड्स के लिए क्या जरूरी है सर। तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो सोर्स है हिस्टोरिकल कीवर्ड्स के लिए दैट इज एनसीईआरटी। क्लियर? सो इन दिस सेशन आई एम गोइंग टू एनालाइज द 13 years previous year paper which is conducted by UPSC in different domains like civil services, CDS and CAPF. So let's begin with the session. Now as you can see, this CDS paper from last 9 years. अब last 9 years में कौन-कौन से ऐसे keywords हैं जो UPSC ने पूछे हुए हैं? Like you can see here different historical terms. Clear? So historical terms or historical keywords. Historical keywords. Very important for your prelims examination. Why? Because every year 2 to 3 questions from this area. अगर आप इसको skip कर देंगे तो आपके वो जो 2 to 3 questions सही हो सकते हैं वो गलत हो सकते हैं. Clear? So try to understand different historical key terms. Like first key term here is pahi kashta and second term is khud kashta. Now, what does these keywords mean? Clear? So, let me tell you, Pahi Kashta and Khud Kashta, these two key terms were used in Mughal Empire in 17th century. These two keywords were used in Mughal Empire in 17th century. And these two keywords were used for farmers. One, permanent farmers or permanent dwellers, another non-permanent dwellers. So Pahi Khasta means non-resident cultivators. Getting my point? So they were brought, okay, so they do farming on some other you can say big landlords or big peasants. Clear? So these Pahi Kashtas, they do not have hereditary rights in agriculture. They only do agriculture on some other people's land. Getting my point? दूसरों के लैंड पर ये क्या करेंगे? फार्मिंग. So they did not have hereditary rights. But these khud kashta, clear? These are permanent dwellers, permanent peasants. Clear? तो ये migrated peasants होते थे, पाही काश्ता. Clear? So these two keywords were there in this CDS paper. Now another important thing, upari, another important keyword, that is upari. Now what do you understand by this term upari? So let me tell you that in terms of upari, it is a kind of tenancy tenure under Maratha rule. Jahan par, like when government, they used to give tender to the cultivators to do farming so that government can maximize their revenue. Getting my point? So tender diya jata tha workers ko so that they can work as a cultivator, so that government can maximize their revenue. So it is a kind of tenancy tenure, upari. Clear? Now another important term that you can see here, that is ikta. Now ikta, so with the establishment of Delhi Sultanate, who is the real founder of Delhi Sultanate? Though Delhi Sultanate, that is first dynasty, slave dynasty, was founded by Qutbuddin Aibak, but the real founder of Delhi or real founder of slave dynasty is considered as Iltutmish. So in the background of Delhi Sultanate or Iltutmish, already feudalism was there, which was started from Gupta period. That is why to fight against feudalism, Iltutmish started Iqtadari system. Now, Iqtas were the lands given to military governors or military officers. Clear? So, Iqta means provinces. So land revenue from different territorial units assigned to army officers or military governors. So Ikta means province, clear, kind of territory, and the officer of Ikta was Iktadars. Getting my point? And this system of Iktadari system was abolished by Alauddin Khilji. Remember these things. So this is also one of the important keyword. Then another important keyword is Khunt Katti. Now what is Khunt Katti? Remember this thing, this law was prevalent in tribal area, especially Munda tribes. Birsa Munda का आपने नाम सुना होगा. So Khun Katti, there was a law Khun Katti, where tribal people, that is Munda tribes, they used to clear down the forest and then they make their land which will fit for cultivation. Now in terms of Khun Katti law, land does not belong to any individual but it belongs to a whole clan. यहाँ पर लैंड किसी एक इंडिविजुअल के लिए नहीं है, पूरी क्लैन को बिलोंग करेगी. क्लियर? सो रिमेंबर दिस थिंग, इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ जॉइंट ओनरशिप ऑफ लैंड, क्लियर, बाय ट्राइबल लीनिएज, स्पेशली मुंडा ट्राइब्स in Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Now this system, this law was abolished by British in 1874 with Zamindari system. So Britishers abolished this law with Zamindari system. Clear? Now apart from this there are some other keywords. Clear? अब एक चीज याद रखिएगा, why Kunkatti was asked in UPSC, because there was news with respect to Jharkhand and other areas that एक इंसान था, okay, there was one person who used to sell forest produce of tribals, clear, in the market. So that is considered as illegal. Getting my point? That is why this question was asked by UPSC. Then Damine Ko. Now Damine Ko, remember this thing, this region or this keyword is associated with British India also. Now Damine Ko is a Persian word. Now Damine Ko means forested land or the land which is demarcated for a tribe who resides near Raj Mahal hills. They are Santhal tribes. So forested hilly areas of Raj Mahal hills by Santhals. So this Damine Ko, the land was demarcated by the British. This land was demarcated by British in 1832. Getting my point? For Santhals. Clear everyone? So this is also very important. Now another important keyword. Now another important keyword is Pankai, Nankai, Totakal and Kadapakar. What I will do, I will try to integrate all these keywords. Now why? So let me tell you, these four keywords was one single question and the heading would be Kadappakar. Now Kadappakar is considered as the most important season of rice cultivation in South India. Season of rice cultivation. Getting my point? So this is the season. Kadappakar means season of rice cultivation in South India or Southern India. Getting my point? Now, in Southern India, lands are classified into three groups. Now, first called as Nankai, then Pankai, and then Totakal. Nankai means wet fields. Wet fields in the sense the lands which are irrigated by natural streams. Irrigated by natural streams. Clear? Pankai, dry fields. These lands are dependent on seasonal rainfalls. Dependent on seasonal rainfalls. Clear? And then Totakal, garden lands. Now these lands are dependent on artificial irrigation method like wells, ponds, etc. So these three are land classification. Remember this thing, land classification, and this is considered as one of the main season of rice cultivation in southern India. अब आप कहेंगे कि सर ये चीजें कहां पर है? NCERT only. Clear? Then another important keyword. Now theories. Now what do you understand by this term theories? Remember this, that in Buddhism, elder peoples, like in terms of monks and nuns, so elder monks, males, they are called as thera, and elder nuns are called as theories. So elder nuns in Buddhism, they are called as theories. Clear? Now another important system which is asked by UPSC. अब ये जो कीवर्ड है इसे यूपीएससी ने रिपीट किया है, ददनी सिस्टम. Now Dadni system, why? Here it is a kind of payment, it is a kind of loan which was given in advance to officials or craftsmen or artisans. Now why? Suppose if there is a demand with respect to particular goods, so traders क्या करेंगे? Traders, they used to give orders to craftsmen that you have to make this much of product. So to make products you need money also. So those craftsmen and artisans, they used to take money, okay, in advance. Clear? And then they used to prepare the goods for the traders, and then those materials, those goods were put on ship, and those goods were sent to their particular locations also. Getting my point? So remember this thing, that Dadni system was a kind of loan or payment which was given in advance. Clear? And higher rate of interest was charged. Remember this thing, higher rate of interest, because risk bhi utna hi zyada tha. Clear? Then another important thing, Mani Gramam and Nan Desi. Now these two are guild of Indian merchants. Guild system आपने सुना होगा. Guild system was started from 6th century BC. Now these two guilds belongs to early medieval India. Early medieval India, like during the time period of Cholas and Hoysala. So Mani Gramam were local guilds. Getting my point? And Nan Desis were very famous in Hoysala. Now, Nan Desi were also involved in international trade and commerce. Clear? Then, another important keyword which was asked by UPSC called as Tolkapiyam. Tolkapiyam is one of the most important texts in Sangam literature. Now, Tolkapiyam is written by Tolkapiyar, and it is considered as first Tamil grammar text, part of Sangam literature. Clear? Another important thing, Munjanik. Now what is Munjanik? Until the arrivals of cannons, Munjanik was used. Munjanik was used to catapult the stone. It was like a power engine until the advent of cannons. Getting my point? Now, so there were various options like cannons. So most of the people, they actually marked cannon for Munjanik, but that is wrong. ये मैंने इसीलिए यहाँ पर लिखा है क्योंकि ज्यादातर लोगों ने cannon, क्योंकि जब आप इमेज देखेंगे it looks like cannon. No, but these were the kind of power engine which were used to catapult. Getting my point? That is why Munjanik term is used for catapult. Remember this thing. So the correct answer would be catapult. Clear? Then Sagun. Now Sagun, Nirgun, these two words are associated with Bhakti movement. Getting my point? Now in medieval India, Bhakti movement, it is one of the most important topics. So two types of Bhakti is there, Sagun Bhakti and Nirgun Bhakti. Nirgun Bhakti means Nirgun people, those who follow Nirgun Bhakti, for them God has no form, formless God. Sagun people, God has some particular form, that is idol worship. Clear? So UPSC asked this also. Sagun believe in God with attributes, Nirgun believe in God without attributes. That means God has no form. Clear? So like Guru Nanak, Kabir Das, they belong to Nirgun Bhakti. And Sagun like Mirabai. Clear? Then Bhakti movement was started from South India. So initially during the time period of Pallavas, two types of Bhakti saints were there, Alvars and Nayanars. Alvars were the followers of Vishnu, Nayanars were the followers of Shiva. There were 12 important Alvar saints and 63 Nayanar saints. As you can see here, this was also asked by UPSC. Okay, in CDS paper. So as you can see here, Alvars believed in devotion of Vishnu, Nayanars believe in devotion of Shiva. So there are total 63 Nayanar saint, and they today these 63 Nayanar saint, they are also represented in temples. Getting my point? And the most famous female saint of Nayanar, Akka Mahadevi. Clear? Alvar saint Andal. Clear? So these are some important things. Then apart from this, another keyword, Dastak. Now Dastak was asked, Dastak is there in modern India. Dastak was a kind of trade permit which was issued by Farooq Siyar to British in 1717. And that is why, because of misuse of Dastak, the most important battle which took place in 18th century, that is Battle of Plassey in 1757. So Dastaks were trade permit, official passes. Clear? Then again, Dadni system, which we have already discussed. Another important term was Balutedars. Now Balutedars means, now remember one thing, village servants and artisans, they existed during medieval time period in Deccan area, especially in Maharashtra area. So remember this thing, Balutedars, they were given the charge that they have to practice cultivation. Getting my point? So in return they were given agricultural produce. So जो भी agriculture होगा उसका कुछ share balutedars को मिलेगा. Clear? So this system was called as balut. Payment was called as balut, and this whole system is called as balutedar. Now two types of balutedar is there. One is Vatan Balutedar. Another is Upari Balutedar. And just now we discussed Upari. Clear? जिनके पास hereditary rights नहीं होती थी, जिनको government officials बुलाते थे काम करने के लिए. Getting my point? Clear? So they were given tender. Clear? And they have to do cultivation to maximize the rent, to maximize the revenue for government. So these people are permanent, these are non-permanent people. Clear? So comes under Balutedari system only. Now this system was criticized by Ambedkar and Mahatma Gandhi also. Now in post-independent India, this system was abolished in 1961. Getting my point? Still, इसकी जो legacy है Balutedari system की, still it is prevalent in some parts of Maharashtra. This much is clear to all of you. Now, another important keyword, Amukta Malyada. Amukta Malyada, it is a wonderful Telugu epic which is written by a greatest ruler of Jayanagar Empire, that is Krishna Dev Rai. Clear? Now this book was composed, this poem was composed by Krishna Dev Rai, and this is related to regarding the wedding of one of the avatars of Vishnu. Clear? Whose name is Ranganayak, an avatar of Vishnu, and Andal, Alvar saint. Getting my point? And wedding was performed at Sri Rangam. So this poem was concluded or composed by Krishna Dev Rai. Clear? Then another keyword, another important keyword, Levallois technique. Now Levallois technique was used in prehistoric period to make flake tools. Getting my point? ये याद रखिएगा, flake tools को बनाने के लिए, but not in India. Remember this. This technique was not used in India. This was used in Levant region and Europe. Getting my point? So it was not used in Harappan civilization or Mohenjo-daro. It was used in Levant. Levant region means some parts of West Asia and Northern Africa and Western Africa. Getting my point? And European areas. So this was used to make prehistoric flake tools. Clear? So flake technique. Now another important keyword is Nagarakani. Now Nagarakani means that the land which was owned and managed by Nagaram. Nagaram, आप सभी ने जिसने चोला एम्पायर पढ़ा होगा, नगरम वॉज वन ऑफ द असेंबली. क्लियर? जहां पर मर्चेंट्स रहते थे. सो नगरम वॉज वन ऑफ द अर्बन सेटलमेंट्स. It was one of the urban settlements. Clear? Now there are three important keywords: Nattar, Yupa and Viragal. Now Nattar are leading men of Nadu. Nadu means locality. Leading men means those people who owned maximum lands also. Getting my point? So these are land elites. Clear? So these are elite people, Nattar. Then Yupa was sacrificial post. Sacrifice where animal were sacrificed. Vedic. Okay, so it used to represent Vedic sacrifices. Clear? Then Viragal word was used for hero stones. The people who sacrifice their lives to protect their region or a country. So people used to create their stones and to offer it, and they used to offer and lightening the lamps. So for that a term is used called as Viragal. Clear? So as you can see, these are his hero stones in Tamil Nadu. Clear? And this is also, there is one more word called as Nadukal, also called as Nadukal. Clear? Then another important keyword, Bhujanga Trasita. Now Bhujanga Trasita, remember one thing, this is represented in Chola Nataraj sculpture. So Bhujanga Trasita means frightened by snake. That means kicking away the illusion from devotees' minds. Getting my point? So this is very important, which is also mentioned in one of the sculpture, which is represented by one of the important Chola sculpture, that is Nataraj. Then another important system, Kottapalya system. Now try to understand Kottapalya system. बहुत important system है, and with this system you will come to know the glorious past of India. Clear? Now Kottapalya system, this is kind of ancient Indian numeral system. Now remember this thing, in this numbers are represented with Sanskrit alphabets. याद रखिएगा इस सिस्टम में क्या है, numbers are represented in the form of Sanskrit alphabets, and this system was used by Vararuchi of Kerala. Clear? As you can see here, this system was used by Vararuchi of Kerala to calculate the position of moon. Getting my point? And अब आप पूछेंगे कि सर इसका source क्या है? And the source is, there is a book called as Chandra Vakyas. This is the book, Chandra Vakyas, and in this book Vararuchi of Kerala calculated the position of moon, and he also represented numbers in the form of Sanskrit alphabets. Clear? Then another important thing, Upara Gakri Yakram. Now Upara Gakri Yakram, this book is written by Achyut. Okay, this book is written by a scholar, Achyut Piroshiti. Achyut Piroshiti. क्लियर? बहुत सारे आप जब आप सोर्सेज देखेंगे तो काफी सारे लोग बोलते हैं पैनिनी ने नहीं लिखा है. रिमेंबर दिस थिंग. इसीलिए काफी सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने गलत किया था क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में. दिस इज रिटन बाय अच्युत पिरोशिति, एंड दिस book is on lunar and solar eclipse. Lunar and solar eclipse. This much is clear to all of you. I hope this much is clear. So these kinds of keywords were asked in which paper? CDS paper. So one should go through all the papers which is conducted by UPSC. Clear? बहुत सारी similarities आपको मिलेंगी. Now we'll try to understand CAPF from last 13 years. Now in CAPF they asked less number of keywords, but they asked more number of keywords in CDS as well as in civil services examination. Clear? Now CAPF from last 13 years. Now the first keyword was Bandagan-e-Khas. Now Bandagan-e-Khas, this term was used in Delhi Sultanate area. during the time period of Delhi Sultanate. Now, Bandagan word was used for royal slaves. Now, these slaves were given important positions in military. Getting my point? So, they are called as royal slaves. Then, Ibadat Khana means house of worship. House of worship, which was established by Akbar in 1575 at Fatehpur Sikri. Clear? So in this house of worship, in this Ibadat Khana, this was created to gather spiritual leaders of different religions and should conduct a discussion on the teachings of different religions. That is why when Akbar invited different religious saints, and because of their influence, Akbar understood the philosophy of religion, that the basic philosophy of every religion is same. That is why in 1582 Akbar started his own philosophy called as Tawheed-e-Ilahi or Deen-e-Ilahi. Getting my point? Then ahadis. Now ahadis are considered as individual troopers. They are considered as individual troopers in Mughal Empire, and this institution was created by Akbar only. Getting my point? Individual troopers, just like जैसे आज आप देखते हैं ना प्राइम मिनिस्टर की सिक्योरिटी के लिए SPG commandos होते हैं, so they are also like that only. Individual troopers were there who used to protect king, just like royal bodyguards and all. Clear? So this institution was created by Akbar only. Then Tolka PM, again we have discussed Tolka PM in CDS paper also. तो यहाँ पर भी CAPF में भी पूछा गया है. Tamil grammar text, part of Sangam literature. Another important keyword is Moza. Now Moza was one of the district administrative unit. Before 20th century, Moza was used for revenue collection unit in Paragana district, especially in Bengal and other areas. Getting my point? So it was before 20th century, this term was used for revenue collection unit. Then Vishti. Vishti means forced labor. That means village people, they were compelled to provide free services for the king as well as for officials, and this was also prevalent in southern India. Getting my point? So it is a kind of forced labor. Clear? So I hope this much is clear to all of you. Now another keyword, Sant Bhasha. Now Sant Bhasha was used by Nirgun Bhakti saint like Kabir. Spiritual language, local languages used. Clear? So Sant Bhasha means language of Nirgun mystics or language of Nirgun Bhakti saint. Then Shrauta. Now there is one of the most important Vedic literature called as Shrauta Sutra. एक book है Vedic literature में, Shrauta Sutra. Now Shrauta Sutra mentions about Vedic sacrifices. What kind of sacrifices? Like Grah Sutra, household sacrifices, Dharma Sutra. Getting my point? So different kind of sacrifices are mentioned in Shrauta Sutra. Clear? So these were the keywords in CAPF paper. Now we'll discuss last 13 years civil services, important keywords for history. Clear? Now the first important keyword is Bhumi Sparsh Mudra. अगर आप मेरी previous video देखेंगे वहां पर भी हमने इस keyword के बारे में discuss किया है. Getting my point? Where Buddha is sitting in the form of meditation, Bhumi Sparsh Mudra, and this represent earth as witnessing for his purity. Clear? Then Shreni. Shreni was one of the guild in 6th century BC. So two types of guilds were there, Shreni and Sarthav. Getting my point? Then Nirvan, it is associated with Buddhism. So Nirvan means when the person extinct of flame or desire. Getting my point? When person suppresses his desire or you can say that senses. Getting my point? So Nirvan is related to that only. So it is important keyword in Buddhism. Clear? Then Mahatra and Patta Kila. Now Mahatra and Patta Kila, these two words are associated with village headman. A village headman की position कैसे होती थी? The person who is having most of the land in the villages, so that person will be elected as a leader of his village. Getting my point? So Mahatra and Pattakila is associated with village headmen. Then again Ibadat Khana, house of worship created by Akbar in 1575, as we have discussed in CAPF paper. Clear? Now other keywords. Now other keywords like Siddhas or Sittars. So Siddhas or Sittas are mentioned in Sangam literature also. तमिल रीजन, अब एक चीज याद रखिएगा, तमिल रीजन में क्या होता था, व्हेन पीपल दे वर डिफीटेड इन द वॉर, दे यूज्ड टू sacrifice their life so that they can maintain their prestige and honor in the society. Clear? So remember one thing, that Siddhas and Sittars in Tamil region, so it is also associated with the monotheistic and condemned idolatry. So basically आप देखेंगे कि जब संगम लिटरेचर में इनको मेंशन किया गया है, that is Siddhas, Siddh Purush are those Purush who believed in monotheism. They are against Brahmical system. They are against idol worship. For them, they are the follower of Shaivism. ये किसके follower होते हैं? Shaivism के. And for them, Shiva is the supreme deity. इनके लिए शिव ही सबसे important है. Clear? That is why Shaivism is very important in South India. Clear? Then Banjaras. Banjaras is one of the community of traders. Getting my point? They were prevalent in northwestern area. Clear? And today this community is also there in Andhra and Telangana region. And this community gained prominence during the time period of Alauddin Khilji also. Clear? Then Eripati. Now Eripati, remember this thing, these are called as tank lands. Tank lands. And these lands were donated by individuals, and whatever the revenue they will get, those revenue will be used for the maintenance of village tanks. Getting my point? Another important keyword, tanures. Tanures means large villages, and those large villages which represented as distinct revenue units during the time period of Cholas. Ghatikas are small religious institutions. Clear? And these are associated with temples also. Clear? These were attached to temples also. Then Agrahara are large or bigger religious institutions. Clear? Another important keyword, Agrahatta. Now Agrahatta is a kind of Persian wheel or water wheel which was used in the irrigation of land. Getting my point? So आज आप ये सारे keywords revise करिएगा, very important for your UPSC Prelims 2024. Clear? And all these keywords are mentioned in your NCERT. Then Maitreya. Now Maitreya term is associated with future Buddha who will come and save the world. A future Buddha, just like in Hinduism, Kalki Avatar. Clear? Who is yet to come and save the world. Clear? And again, this question is repeated here. Vishti, forced labor. Clear? Getting my point? Tax paid by the people. It was a compulsion. Clear? Then Orang. Orang is a Persian word for warehouse. Getting my point? So from where the goods was collected and goods were put, so it acts like workshop. Clear? Then Banyan. Now Banyan term was used for Indian agent of East India Company. These were Indian agents who used to trade, or they have relations with European merchants also. Clear? So they are like Indian agents of East India Company. Then Mirasidar. Mirasidar means these are designated revenue payer to the state. These are some important keywords. Clear? Then Hundis. Hundis are like bills of exchange. Clear? Hundis are like bills of exchange. Clear? So ये जितनी भी चीजें सब आपके क्लास नोट्स में हैं, सब आपके प्रिंटेड नोट्स में एंड इन योर एनसीईआरटीज एज वेल. Then Paramitas. Paramitas are those people or those perfection who led to the attainment of Bodhisattva path. Clear? जिसको Bodhisattva path की तरफ जाना होता है, they are considered as Paramitas. Then Parivarajak. If you go and see that previous video of history, then you will come to know Parivarajak, homeless wanderer. When Buddha left his home at the age of 29, he became homeless wanderer. So that term is considered as Parivarajak, renunciation or wanderer. Then Upasak, lay follower of Buddhism. Clear? Then Shramana tradition, monk tradition, Buddhism, Jainism, Ajivika, all these are Shramana tradition. So one who performed the acts of austerity. Clear? Then three important names are here: Bhavabhuti, Hastimala and Shemeshwara. Now, why these three scholars are important? These three scholars are important for their playwrights. Like Bhavabhuti was a scholar of 8th century in Sanskrit. Clear? And Bhavabhuti has written three important books, that is Mahavir Charita, then Uttar Ramcharita, then Malti Madhavan. These three are important book. Clear? In Sanskrit language. Then why Hastimala is important? Hastimala is 13th century Kannada scholar in Hoysala Empire. Kannada scholar in Hoysala Empire. And he has written a book called as Purv Puran. Purv Puran. जिनको नहीं पता वो लोग लिख सकते हैं. Clear? Purv Puran. Then Shemeshwara. Shemeshwara is a Kashmiri scholar of 11th century. Kashmiri scholar in Sanskrit, and he has written a book called as Dash Avatar Charita. Dash Avatar Charita. So all these are playwrights. Getting my point? Remember these things. That is why these books are very important. Clear? Now, another important keyword which was asked in 2022. Getting my point? 2023 prelims examination. This Funam. Funam is related to gold coins, and Funam gold coins were there in Deccan and southern India or South India, like in the region of Jayanagar, clear, Travancore, Cochin, etc. This much is clear to all of you. So remember one thing, that Funam is Europeanized version of Panam. Panam means also gold coins. Clear? Then another important keyword, Kula Darans. Kula Darans. Now in Islamic religion, there are some religious groups like Peer, like ascetics, like Sayyid, clear, and other groups. So Sayyid group is, they says that they belong to Prophet Muhammad daughter lineage, and the name of the daughter was Fatima. कि ये सैयद जो ग्रुप है ये प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद के डॉटर के लीनिएज फातिमा लीनिएज को बिलोंग करते हैं. दैट इज व्हाई दे हैव रेस्पेक्ट इन सोसाइटी. एंड दे now Sayyid people, they used to put one pointed cap on their head, so that pointed cap is called as Kula. Kula means pointed cap. Clear? So they are called as Kula Daran. So which group? Sayyid group. Clear? Then Vatta Kirutal. Now Vatta Kirutal, this was prevalent in Tamil region in South India. Why? जब भी किंग वॉर हार जाता था, whenever Tamil king used to, whenever they lost war, they used to commit a ritual suicide by starving himself to death, so that they can gain their prestige and honor in the society. Getting my point? This is the relevance of these keywords. So these keywords were there in this examination, that is in civil services examination. So I hope this much is clear to all of you. So with this, we have completed each and everything. Clear? So UPSC keyword is very long. History keyword is one of the most important topic in your UPSC prelims examination. Now, apart from this, Legacy IAS Academy has come up with NCRT course 150 hours, और NCRT course इस week से शुरू होने जा रहा है on Saturday and Sundays. NCRTs, which is considered as lifeline for UPSC. All these keywords are mentioned in NCRT, so that is very important. Clear? And apart from NCRT course, Legacy IAS Academy has also come up with last time revision course, that is test series. 1200 plus questions will be there. और ये इसी वीक से शुरू होने जा रहा है. वीकली टेस्ट सीरीज विल बी देयर एंड दैट विल हेल्प यू श्योरली इन योर प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन 2024. थैंक यू सो मच.